Hey guys, welcome back to Max Chaos Dawn of War Unification. We have another 1 vs 1 show, this time on Traquility's end. On the southern side, playing not the World Leaders, these are the Emperor's Surgeon, painted red. We have a Russian name that I cannot pronounce. I actually thinking about trying to get a course or someone, or just a dictionary or anything to try to at least so that I at least can pronounce these words. And on the northern side, in playing Imperial, we have Balter Roshan. I just noticed the other day, so I've already always mispronounced him. Yeah, so Balter was doing a bit of a dive, and Imperial Fist has shared some replays and some thoughts about their balance state. There are already some changes planned to them. He opens no generator, which is a rare sight. You open no generator if you plan to get a lot of Space Marines, usually. He gets only one Preacher, actually, so okay. So only one Preacher is also already very interesting, so he wants to get probably 2 Space Marines very quickly, actually. And with the Siege Captain, so this is the idea, to get only one of these Preachers and then get 2 Space Marines with the Siege Captain out. Interesting opener. On the other side we have a Noise Marine opener, which as I'm used to see a lot of number games, I'm really not really used to these Noise Marines that much. I have to say, however, that they really look nice in this red and golden all around here. I like that color scheme. On the other side we have a very gray color scheme, however. So these Breachers are excellent at capturing these relics, of course, as they have increased capping speed, so he plays the map pretty well, getting this point and then the relic. One Space Marine over here, the other Space Marine immediately going outside. He will have captured all his points relatively close to one another. But yeah, having some support from a Tech Marine over here would have helped. The Siege Captain is on the other side. With the Siege Captain, these squads cap even faster, you can see it over here. So a lot of capping speed on the sides of Imperial Fist. Hopefully he builds this point, but yeah, the Cold is now going away, but Lord Exultant is coming in. Decapping over here are they stopped the cap and now capping themselves are the Noise Marines. So this is some bold play. Over here we have now the Lord Exultant going into melee, but there's the Siege Captain as well. But I'm pretty sure that the Lord Exultant is better than the Siege Captain over here. Any way you want to put it. I would have also liked to see a decap actually from the Skuldis rather than going into melee over here. They have some knockback but already failed. You need to attach them to the squad so that the Lord Exultant can share his drugs with them so they are not dying as they do right now. Lord Exultant, however, is now outnumbered, and he is a very tough guy, but being outnumbered by Imperial Fist is also not the best idea, I guess. This Cold is getting reinforced and even more reinforced, but yeah, actually Siege Captain needs to run away because the slow was too much. More and more support coming in, however, with the Tech Marine and the other squad of Space Marines. They gave up on this position, now trying to help over here, so they're getting already pretty much pressured over here. Now the Coldists are actually decapping this. So yeah, a lot of early aggression from the Emperor's Surgeon. Usually, wow, ouch, the Tech Marine getting absolutely minced over here, but the Lord Exultant almost died. And drugs being used, and now they run away. Wow, also saving one of these Noise Marines in the meantime. Cold is running in and dying. But economy only 62 and 10 and 80 and 10. Another squad of Noise Marines over here could also think about upgrading some of his points, which would be a wise idea, or saving up for the Pursuit of Perfection. On the other side we have now a generator, the Siege Generator over here. And now getting even a Sonic Blaster emplacement. This is a lot of resources you put in here, so it must pay for itself. If the Siege Captain over here maybe not paying for itself, but the damage is really high, you need to repair it, however. You cannot leave it all by itself. This is a lot of power. Okay, there's the support coming in. One squad of Noise Marines, probably another squad of Noise Marines. Yeah, they are taking a bit of a break in the river, enjoying the sight, and now they need to close in. You cannot hold this with one squad over here. A lot of damage being dealt, especially to the morale. The builder unit being killed, and down goes the turret. So very expensive endeavor over here. Yeah, and one thing Balter didn't recognize in his feedback so far is that these Imperial Fists are very stubborn. If they lose morale, they fight actually harder instead of weaker, basically. They do not lose accuracy, they gain damage. So if they're losing morale, you can still stand here and fight very well. You can see it here. They still fight very, very well. Drugs being used on the other side. So against these Noise Marines, they really like to fight against Noise Marines, I guess, because Noise Marines do quite a lot of morale damage. And he also had the Breachers next to him, so also some defensive bonuses to these Space Marines. So maybe not the best idea to attack over here. Upgrading this point now with a fortified position add-on. It is quite expensive, but it is also very nice to have these long-ranged less cannon actually in tier 1. Resources now closing in for tier 2, at least on the side of the Emperor Certain over here, the Russian guy. And now I'm really looking forward. You need to use their melee actually, they will deal more damage in melee, yes, and he knows it. This could be very expensive if it dies, and it looks like it dies here. The damage is pretty good, even against infantry. It has been nerfed, the anti-infantry damage in the past, because yeah, last cannon being good against infantry is difficult. But the range, look at the range, is really high. So this will help you to defend this pretty well. So many Noise Marines running around, but tier 2 has been started. Tier 2 not being started yet for Baltaroshan, but a lot of tier 1 aggression over here. 2 fully reinforced Space Marine squads over here. He's getting now again attacked. This Tech Marine needs to repair, and he's on his way. Another Tech Marine over here could repair this, but they want to save this listening post over here. This listening post for the Emperor Certain player are not upgraded for the most part. So he will not have a lot of defense. Resources are now aligned for tier 2 transition. He needs to click the tier 2 button now. A bit late on that because he's busy microing, I guess. Okay, he's piling up a lot of resources. Now he does. Still has a bit of resources left. Tier 2 halfway done. And I think he could go for plasma pistols. A lot of plasma pistols on the siege marines. And okay, a bit misclick over here. On his Noise Marines, champions and stuff like that. Now the Tech Marine wants to repair, also just moving around a bit, and yeah, so at least buying some time so the damage can surmount. Miss from the last cannon over here, no idea how you can miss from this range. There you go, and the damage when it hits is really high, of course. They got now this point. Very helpful to have the siege captain over here because it will cap so fast. And he will probably kill one more model, the last cannon. Yeah, if it hits, it will kill one. Down it goes. More and more fortifications for the economy. And now we have a flank coming in. So these guys are in no man's land now. Lord Exultant has not recovered as much HP as it would like. Another upgrade over here. We have another Space Marine squad. Tier 2 is not finished yet. Fortification for the generator. Now the question is, what do they really want to do? Tier 2 has finished now, I guess. Yeah, tier 2 has finished now. They can get plasma pistol upgrade if they haven't already. They have not. Get the champions and get some plasma pistols would help a lot. But for now, casually walking by. Or they use their what's it called? Change the frequency in their stuff. Oh, did they go for warp talents now? Warp talents would change. Yeah, okay. Warp talents now coming in. Those guys are mostly harassment, but if supported, of course, can do a lot of stuff. They, of course, also have their drugs and a lot of upgraded listening posts over here, so they will suffer if they stay over here. They need to use their drugs. Oh, down goes the siege generator. It was upgraded once. It deals a lot of damage to all buildings and units around. You see, this guy was a bit too close, for example. The generator going down. Tier 2 has finished now. More and more Tech Marines trying to mitigate the damage done. And you see the last cannons, they can fire from miles away and help these fights. 3 squads of Space Marines just running about. And yeah, these warp talents have used their truck, it seems, but the trucks wear off now. And the squad completely wipes. And that's why it is more of a harassment unit. If it stays in actual combat for too long, it will die. You need to actually keep striping in your base so they can have more models, and most importantly their teleport can begin to recharge, because they begin with the teleport on cooldown. And they do not want to use the teleport offensively. Normally you want to use the teleport to disengage. Another squad of warp talents. Oh, Lord, the House Claw units now. Okay, these House Claw units did receive a bit of a nerf, so they are not as fast produced anymore. And they also, let me quickly change over here, every model on the field will decrease your requisition income by 1%. So the more of these you have, the less income you get. The House Claw operator, however, and the units themselves are free. They only cost you some time and negative income. You can have a lot of these guys. If you go for Mirai Ale later, you can also go for Sentinels and stuff. And you can get a Razorback, which is really good. But no such thing arrives. He has the Dark Knowledge Palace, which would lead to the Sorcerer. This guy is trying to capture it under fire. Over here we have these Noise Marines again, dealing with this. And the two warp talents in the base. So this looks like the Emperor Certain will now close in, I guess, from all different sides. The House Claw agents will make probably the last effort over here. And the Siege Captain has a big melee weapon. But these are two squads of warp talents. A lot of resources, of course, pumped into them. They are not cheap by the slightest. And here we have 60 and 10 to reinforce. It comes with the higher harmonics, it is called. And you see the requisition income drains even more. Now 60 only. Higher harmonics actually pretty good against the infantry as well. I didn't know that. At least a bigger range it is as well. And relatively cheap. Costs 20 or 30 power to use, because it wasn't really used in the past. Extreme Sensations. We cannot look what it is, but I think it does increase the damage of these Noise Marines. I think this is the upgrade for them. Basically noise. Wasn't it called more noise previously? Something like that. Now just the siege generator is back, so this is a lot. Oh, this is so sad. He is tier 2, however, I think. So we could see, I don't know, some Devastators with heavy bolters and stuff like that. I'm not sure if like stationary troops will cut it again. Look at the income reduction. As I said, and now with the warp machine, warp portal, he will be able to get some Razorbacks, and these Razorbacks are pretty good. More House Claw agents for now. More warp turbines. He will shortly have more power than he has requisition if he keeps on this side. Now we have the orbital elevator. Okay. Going for commanders is Balta Roshan now. Does he have plasma pistols? He has. So he could get now the Librarian or the what should I call it? What is it called again? The guy with the skull, the Chaplain, or even one of these console snipers or shotgun guy. Yeah, what these guys can do, especially he didn't get the grenades for them, did he? So not the most optimal use of these guys. You can get frag grenades as well. In comes now the 3 units as well. This generator will die if the trucks were off before it. Okay, there you go. The damage is insane. They even got the listening post in LP3 for the plasma cannon. It has more or less the same range as the last cannon, but deals a hell of a lot of damage. But the question is, you cannot really get out of your base, can you? Warp Talents, 1 squad survived over here. And the map is very much in the hands of the Emperor Certain, but they do not have the highest income because of the House Claw units. Are there still some around? Yeah, here and over here. You would need upgraded listening posts to make this a fair game, I think. Yeah, he just recognizes it and upgrades at least 1 point. Should upgrade more points or think about tier 3. Both would be viable. You have all the requisites, the units that buildings that you need. You need both the Dark Knowledge Palace and the War Machine Warp Portal. And of course you need a bit more power. The issue, however, is he did go for House Claw, so you cannot get any more of these cultists. And the cultists in tier 2 get an ability with their leader to produce some power. And here comes the sniper guy now. not being able to snipe a lot because the enemy was too close. This listening post is getting down again. Actually, I think a turret for the Imperial Fist would have helped very much. Like here, for example, a turret. These turrets for the Imperial Fist are very strong, especially with their autocannon upgrade. So, will this be done before this is close, or will the cooldown? Yeah, the cooldown will be reset. It will begin to tick again. Take and hold victory right now. Right now, I said. Okay, maybe not right now. Yeah, now it does. And is he getting tier 3 now? He is. No way, of course, for Baltea to get to tier 3. I'm impressed how tenacious he is, that he is staying in here. Just saying, yeah, whatever, you can kill my generators again and again and again. I'm sticking here. What is he getting now? There's Apothecary now. Okay. Getting some commanders. Support units out. Apothecary on these spots, especially on the breachers, probably would help a lot. Spaceman in the middle, just standing here. He has still the 3 squads of Space Marines. Not sure about his upgrades, of course. More and more Apothecaries is imposed. Got killed and decapped. But yeah, these Tech Marines do hurt a bit with their combi plasma. Or more and more plasma guns now added, because there are no vehicles yet. Like, not a Hellblade or a... you can get one... what they call it again? The units with the crab hands. Man, I'm really missing words for it now. Attacking the base, okay. So this is getting a bit desperate, but tier 3 is closing in, and the question is, what does he go for? Miriel or Lucius? We will see in a second. The builders mostly died. He can get noise predators. Now getting, big misplay in the terms of getting not the grenades earlier. The grenades earlier would have helped him quite a lot. Upgraded listen post helps a bit. Apothecary now coming in. And yeah, over time, 2 squads of Warp Talents will seal the deal. Especially now that he is tier 3, he can get the champion, and the champion is the guy dealing the high damage against the buildings over here. For now, they are now getting some assault marines in the mix. Sadly, not moving, and not repairing. Oh, this is. Oh, he could have saved it, but he didn't. Miriel it is. So this is now game. If you lose the HQ like that, this is game. Yeah, your assault marines, they will help you against these, even against these warp talents, but yeah, you cannot lose your HQ like that. So Miriel it is. Now getting sentinels, as I said. But you need a, even getting greater demonettes and more pain research. And yeah, what I would say is get a noise predator. It is pretty nice. The assault marines now again chucking in. These guys do not have any jetpacks, but they have a lot of HP. Especially they scale a hell of a lot with the HP upgrade, so that's their role. They are relatively speedy for Imperial Fists. You see the charge, they can run around relatively speedy. Yeah. Greater demonettes now, and hopefully they get deployed, because I really like their model. Are they limited by 1? I'm not sure. Come on! Where are they? Over there. I really need to look at those models, because... Oh, these are warp talents, and there they are. In the midst over here. They have different models all around, but... Look at those ladies go. The crab-handed ladies actually killing some power armored guys, because they can. In the conjunction with the warp talents, of course. There's some now. Is he trying to base trade? He got the escapee squad. So there are now the escapees with the Sisters of Battle. Even some Imperial Guard, Fire Warriors, Banshees, all here now. I'm not sure if he can do this. Even Claw Sentinels, they can get an assortment of different weapons, but need some more of these House Claw upgrades. And yeah, you can get up to 4, I think. It will also reduce your requisition income, however. These poor ladies getting melted by this plasma gun emplacement over here. Wow. Down they go. So what is going on? Why is Emperor Certain not winning already? Now we have the rocket ability being used, because there's the siege captain and the armory around, so they will kill these claw renegades, but he lost his last production building over here against the grenades from the Warp Talent. So not the best play from the Ember Sturgeon. They could have done a bit more, but also some misplays, I guess, from Baltair here and there. But a nice game to show some units we do not see that much, like the Houseclaw agents and the Greater Demonette. Sadly, they all died in the end. Little tear on my eye. Okay, guys, before I talk more and more, as usual, guys, GG's to the player. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.